Are you tired of your favorite platforms making changes? New features, user interface changes, this button was here, this button was over there. It can be a mess. Take, for example, Restream Studio. They now have scenes, and scenes are supposed to be great, but how do they work? What's the benefit? Why did they change what I'm used to? Well, I'll tell you what. In this video, I'm going to give you the blueprint to overcome feature fatigue with these 3 steps. Feature fatigue, it can be overcome if you do these 3 simple things. Let's dive in. I gotta be honest with you. Every now and again, I log into a platform that I'm used to and things are all over the place. Things have changed drastically and it is unfair. So without further ado, I don't want this to be a long one. I want to share with you these 3 things that are going to help, I think, because they've helped me. All right. So here we go. Number 1, test your platforms. You got to test them, y'all. The major reason why feature fatigue exists is because we don't test. And so you're looking at Restream right now, and you got to go into the platform and you got to make sure everything is where you left it. All right. That's where the design is. That's where captions are. My captions are still here. Do my captions still look the same? They kind of do. They kind of don't. QR codes is still here. I still have my QR code for my course. I still have my QR code for, supporting the stream. I'm booking a session. These things still work. You want to make sure you aren't shocked. This is something that happens all too often, y'all, where we get so used to and in a rhythm with what we have been doing that we've cut down on the amount of time that we use to prep. Okay. So an example of this is, you getting ready to go live and you've been going live. You've been doing it for so long and you're just kind of like, do I really need to go through my entire go live routine? Do I really need to go through all the steps and all the things? Everything is, it just used it. It should be working. And then you go into the system and you find that they've added something like scenes and you're like, how in the world, how do I get rid of this? Why is this even here? Does that change anything? Oh my goodness. I don't see stuff that I'm used to seeing. And you're like 10 minutes before going live and you're frustrated. And this is the reason why I'm saying test your platforms. It is super critical in overcoming feature fatigue that you are testing on a regular basis. In the school community that I run, we encourage testing and we encourage testing together as well. So definitely something to consider as we continue down this road towards overcoming feature fatigue. The second thing that I always share in terms of overcoming feature fatigue is to stay informed. You have to make a decision to be informed. A decision to be uninformed is just as bad as not a decision to be informed, if that makes sense. You don't get to choose to not be informed. Sometimes we have the information, the platforms are putting the information out there, but we're just not following up. And so here I'm looking at the Restream blog, and there are multiple posts here talking about functions and features that they're rolling out. They even give you the amount of time it takes to read it. Multi-streaming, why Restream beats plugins, how to set up your green room to sound check your guests. Oh my word. Now, when you see, here's the thing. Let me come back to full here. Here's the thing. When you're not in rush mode, when you have planned into your schedule and your regular rhythm times to be able to be informed, then when you see features like these, you get a chance to actually be excited about them. I'm going to go back here And look at another platform. Here's StreamYard. StreamYard's been rolling out features at breakneck speed of late, and it's been phenomenal for some, but it's also been very harrowing for others. And look at this. They now have QR codes. We just saw Restream's QR codes. Now StreamYard's got QR codes. I did a video on the state of StreamYard literally last week, and they've already rolled out new features since then. This one is here in terms of QR codes. Here's another one, professional grade audio, 48 kilohertz audio sampling. This is for my audio files out there. StreamYard's coming for next. Here's yet another one, the question mark. They have a question mark icon next to different comments inside the studio. So AI is identifying the questions for you and giving you that visual indicator. And again, when you stay informed, you don't feel like you are starting from scratch. You don't feel like you've been jolted. These things can actually come as a benefit and can be welcomed when you actually make the decision to stay informed. And there's a lot of different things that we can utilize here for all of these platforms, whether you're using Ecamm or even EV Mux for that matter. You can actually stay informed just by following along with what they're doing, making sure you have this regular rhythm of checking the platform and seeing what it is that they have that's new. Here we're inside EV Mux. Let's take a look. If I go to the bell icon, you can see no notifications. All the notifications are red. If I go into the studio, let's go into one of the studios here. Boom, this one. Let's go into the studio and we will be able to see some of the updates that have happened since I last entered the studio. So here we go. Boom, we got here, and this icon here says what's new. Get in here and look. New EV Mux background removal for images. Whoa, that is absolutely amazing that they have that. But if you find this right as you're getting ready to go live, it can be frustrating. If they've moved things, if they've changed the UI, if stuff is not where you're used to it being, it can be absolutely unnerving and it can set you back. But when you have a rhythm of testing your platform regularly and making a decision to stay in the know, to stay informed, you always get a chance to reframe how these changes are coming at you. And in fact, you get to be part of the conversation that enables these types of functions and features to be shared. So several really great things to be mindful of there. And there's so many functions and features that even EV Mux has rolled out. Look at this one. Say hello to your new stream best friend, AI magic of object generation in EV Mux. You can literally generate objects and just put them in places. They're really leaning heavy on the AI scenario. They've added Kik as a destination. Now you can do RTMP ingest, right? So you can actually set up EV Mux as a destination for something else like Restream. You can tell up your Restream and have the destination be EV Mux. These things are crazy. Great opportunities, great functionality that we're seeing, video effects, and of course the list goes on and on and on. But the third thing, the final thing that I want to share in terms of overcoming feature fatigue is this. You want to make sure you schedule time for exploration. You're scheduling time to explore. The time that the moment that you actually find out that there's a new feature may not necessarily be the right moment to explore that feature. So you want to put some time on your calendar where you can go and explore these new features. Okay, they say they've got this. I'm going to do a test live stream and see how this works. That's the thing that you want to avoid. Nobody wants to go live and find out that there are new things to utilize while they're in a live show. I want to see a new feature just pop up and you're looking around like, what in the world was that? I know one of the other features of both Restream and StreamYard is that they have these in-studio notifications now. And if you didn't know about them, it could kind of jar you. But if you knew about them, it could be a welcomed experience. I also want to go back here and go back to the StreamYard page, because I did want you to know where you can find the different things that are happening in StreamYard. You just simply go right here to this bell icon, click it, and it gets you right to your news. Similarly, we showed you how to do it in EV Mux, and then you have the Restream blog. If you just go to the blog for Restream, it's going to show you some of the newer functions and features that they have rolled out recently. And if your platform of choice has a town hall or some other way that they're allowing the community to stay in touch with them, you want to make sure you get a chance to take advantage of it. Just as a quick recap, you want to make sure, if you want to overcome feature fatigue, the first thing to do is test your platforms. You want to test your platforms. Testing your platforms is absolutely critical. The second thing you want to do, you want to stay informed. Make a decision, a conscious decision to be informed. Don't make a unconscious decision to be uninformed. That's when the surprises come. That does not work very well for any of us. And I'm telling you, from experience, you don't want that. And then lastly, you want to schedule time for exploration. Scheduling time for exploration can be a difference maker in how these functions and features have landed in your lap, and you won't necessarily feel upset about them. You will feel like these things have come to help. Feature fatigue can be transformed into feature anticipation if you follow this simple guide. In the How It All Works community on School, we encourage group testing. It's always better to figure out things together. If you need some more help with Restream, in this video right here, I share a crash course on how to use it. This is also part of overcoming feature fatigue. Follow channels like mine to stay up to date. Click right here to watch, and I'll see you over there. Grace and peace, fam.